At this point, we need luck. We know Patty really sucks, but like an airplane overhead, just like Ilia, we gon' duck. Yeah, baby, yeah. Guys, brother. Feel like I haven't been here. Thank you. Guys, I feel like I haven't recorded for a little bit. Guys, I've been so busy with like Thanksgiving family time, so I don't even have the time to record. But something been throwing me off that I know I have to talk about, guys, and it's actually pissed me off, Like, you would think that the number one contender for Ilia Topuria is clear as day now. We just watched Arman Sarukian completely dominate Dan Hooker in there, guys. Like, destroyed Dan Hooker in every aspect of fighting. A very dominant, entertaining fight, then gets a finish. At that point, we're like, man, yeah, just give him a title shot. Everyone's calling for it. Like, Ilia, first of all, it doesn't help that Ilia ran out the arena after the fight ended because he didn't want to face off with him. That was the first strike, like running out of arena, guys, like because you didn't want to face off with someone. I'm like, brother, what are you doing? Like, how can you even think like that? Second strike is getting on this interview and talking the way he talks. So we're gonna react to some clips proving Ilia is just on a pathetic downfall. And he's pointing to he wants his next fight to be Paddy Pimblett. Paddy the Baddie. Like, this is what we're really doing. Think about that for a second, guys. He really wants it to be Paddy Pimblett. Still haven't got new headphones, Still broken, guys. You guys said it wasn't broken last video. Guys, it's broken. Trust me, it's broken. But, yeah, we're going to listen to some of this. I'm going to react. I'm going to tell you guys what I feel, as well as the fact we will be reacting to Arman Sarukian interview with Daniel Cormier that just dropped recently. I actually haven't watched it fully. I've seen clips of it, but I haven't not watched it fully. First, let's address the elephant in the room. Ilia Topuria ducking blatantly. And I like Ilia, but I will be the first one to call out when fighters duck.
Digo, ¿quién quiere combatir Ilia Topuria?
Yo, mira, pues tengo a Paddy en la mente. Me gustaría pelear con Paddy si es que no me dejan subir en peso welter para pelear.
First thing this guy says, I know it's in Spanish, but of course it's, the captions are there, but when the person asked him, who does he want to fight? Notice how Arman wasn't even thought. He's like, in my mind, to Paddy, but if they let me go up to welterweight, I'd like to fight Islam Makhachev. But if they don't let me wear up, why is Paddy even in your mouth? Because Paddy beat Michael Chandler, dude. Who does that to Michael Chandler, man? Who goes in there and beats Michael Chandler? Has not lost in years. Michael Chandler has not won. Has Michael Chandler won a fight in the last like 4 years? I don't think so, man. Like, I'm not even trolling. What he's done impressively is get finished by Paddy. That's the most impressive thing he did, and then get destroyed by Charles, and then get beat by Dustin and then beat by Justin. Like, bro, front kicked old men in the face, and he got credit for it, brother. Shibai. Hooker win was all right, but that was how long ago? Narnia? Bro, I don't understand this whole Paddy Pimblett deserves it because beating Michael Chandler is impossible to do. And if you beat Michael Chandler, you deserve it. Yeah, Arman dominated Dan Hooker, who's higher in the ranks than Chandler. But since Chandler's a badass, dude. Chandler, yeah, see you at the top. If you gonna beat someone that see you at the top, you should get a title shot. Bro, this is blatant ducking. And as someone who loves Ilia, and I'm an Ilia fan, I always support Ilia for the most part. I can't support ducking. Ducking actually pisses me off. One thing you're going to know about my channel, when someone ducks, it actually irritates. Like, it gets me angry because I'm like, I feel like it's a champion's job. Doesn't help that Arman was already the number one contender before this Dan Hooker fight. But after dominating Dan Hooker, and he can't go any higher than number one. What, are they going to make him interim champion? Like, it just pisses me off that you were number one contender. You deserved it already. Ilia's whole excuse is like, he hasn't fought anybody recently. He fights somebody, dominates in one-sided fashion. Now everyone wants to see the fight more so. And then you're like, yeah, but didn't Paddy beat Michael Chandler? Yeah, Michael Chandler never loses. It's just, Ilia knows what's going to happen in this fight just like we do. That's why he's pushing for the Paddy fight.
Y es que no me dejan subir en peso welter para pelear con Islam, porque el combate que realmente me gustaría tener es en contra de Islam en la tercera categoría.
Digo, ¿quién quiere?
And I don't even know why he's talking about Islam fight. Like, defend your belt once against the number one contender, then think about going up. You haven't even, like, who the hell? Ilia, don't piss. I want to like you, I do like you, and you're doing a good job trying to. I'm gonna stay on the bandwagon, buddy. Yeah, you can't even get me off the bandwagon. You can try, man. You're not gonna get me off of your hype because I know you're good and I like you because your confidence is funny. But I don't understand why you're such a confident dude and then you're ducking on the other hand because you're scared of shit as Arman because you know Arman's gonna beat the fuck out of you, bro. If Arman, I think it's gonna be 50. I think it's like 60-40 Arman, but I know Ilia can still beat Arman. So I guess with me, this is what happened with Jones and Tom Aspinall. I remember I was thinking Jones was going to beat Aspinall. Then I seen how Jones was reacting. I'm like, there's got to be a reason Jones is scared. So that's why I switched my pick to Tom Aspinall the longer Jones dragged it out. At first I was Team Jones going to cook him. Now I'm like, Aspinall. This is how I feel about this one. Like, this one I was like 50-50. But there's a reason Ilia Topuria doesn't want to fight Arman when he's number one contender. He knows something that I don't know. For a very confident guy like Ilia, who if anyone ever says, this guy will beat me, what? I'm the best. Putting him here, I'll knock him out. He's not giving that energy. Featherweight, he seemed to want the hardest fights. Maybe it's because stylistically he felt like, okay, these guys are going to stand with me. Max Holloway is going to stand with me. You know, Volkson probably forced me to stand with me. And he's looking at Arman like, okay, well, he has a different path. You know, Bryce Mitchell did take me down, hold me down, and punch me in the face a little bit. If Bryce Mitchell could do that to me, I probably don't want to go in there with Arman Tsarukyan. This is what I'm getting at. I feel like Topuria seems tough and confident when the fights seem like very winnable, which it's actually getting me annoyed because I'm like, is this confidence only towards people you know you could be 100%? Arman Tsarukyan's been cooking Ilia Topuria lately. I'm going to show you Arman Tsarukyan's quote tweet to this right now. This is what Arman Tsarukyan said. And he's right about this, like 100%. He said, could it be any more obvious? El Pato is doing everything in his power to avoid fighting me. Pato, I translated, guys, it means duck. El Pal Ducker in the building, you know. He is ducking. Like I said in this, the rap in the start, guys. I feel like the first thing humans do, guys, when like an airplane soars over their head, they just duck a little bit, you know. That's the vibe I'm getting for Ilia Topuria in this one. And he's right. Like, it's just, he's making it too obvious. Like, the thing about ducking, I feel like fighters should just try to make an excuse or like have an excuse ready. If you don't have an excuse, like Ilia just seems like there's no way out of it, so it's so blatant. Kind of like Jones Aspinall. Jones' excuse was like, yeah, I just think it does nothing. That wasn't a valid excuse. I see what Jones was trying to do, but it still wasn't a valid excuse. Like, he was interim champion, he was next up, the number one contender. You had to fight him next, but you didn't want to. Here, he's not making an excuse. Like, he just too scared to even address Arman. That's his excuse. Like, if I don't address him, he's gonna disappear. But then you're going on Twitter, posting a picture of you caressing his face and saying you smacked him. So what are you really trying to do? Are you trying to say, let me just try to have my aha moments outside the octagon, and then I'm never going to try to fight him inside the octagon? Didn't even smack him, by the way. It was just all placebo effect. I don't know what he was trying to, I don't know what narrative he's trying to push and trying to be like, yeah, dude, by the way, I smacked him. You didn't smack anyone, brother, you know. But yeah, I feel bad for Arman because it's obvious Arman wants to fight, and it's obvious Ilia just wants to act tough on Twitter and not want to fight. So it's kind of embarrassing. It's like Ilia's actively losing aura the more I see him. So it's kind of like pissing me off. He said more about Islam Makhachev. We're actually going to look into this a little bit. The things in, should I even play it in Spanish? Let me just read what he said. He said, honestly, I saw Jack put up zero resistance. He seemed completely unwilling to even be in this fight, which I agree with and disagree with in a sense, because I don't think JDM did look like he was getting outclassed, but I don't think he like gave up on himself necessarily. I think that's the wrong way to put it. He also said this: in the end, Islam did his job, what he always does, fight super boring. He doesn't care about the audience. And this is really true. I've never seen Islam even have an entertaining fight. Has Islam even had a finish in the UFC? Like, no, Ilia's right here. Like, Islam does what he always does. Islam goes in there, has a very boring performance. Like, Charles Islam was so boring. It was like a fucking UD just hugging Islam. And, Volkanovski Islam 1 was probably the lowest level fight in UFC history. So boring. Volkanovski Islam 2 even more boring. Dustin Poirier Islam even more boring. I think Ilia's right here. I never seen Islam have an entertaining fight ever. So, yeah, Ilia was spot on with that one. Like Islam fights boring, like usual. And he said, but anyways, hopefully me versus Islam also happens. They would see a very desperate Islam trying to get a dominant position and catch his breath. And they would see they'll see me put a lot of spark to put him to sleep, which in the end, I would achieve. Ilia Topuria in this tweet, he's already admitting that I'm going to get taken down and probably controlled. And when I get up, I'm going to try to spark him on the feet. You're going to get size mogged, especially 170. You're going to get bullied into a pulp. 155, Ilia has a chance to beat Islam, for sure. 170, mama. And I'll be transparent. I like both guys, Islam and Ilia. I think at 155, it's a 50-50. I think Arman has a better chance of beating Ilia than Islam. That might be a hot take. There's a stylistic reason I always say, because I do think Islam's habit of kind of leaning back and just doing that check hook would probably catch up to him on Ilia if he stands on the feet too long. But then again, Islam has a newfound low kick, and the Topuria bros are very heavy on the front leg. But I still think it's a more 50-50 at 150. But 170, Islam will beat him up so bad that the footage will be up for less than 24 hours. There's no way that footage stays up for more than that, because he will get his ass whooped. But just weird that he keeps talking about, he's talking about fighting Islam more so than Arman, because I feel like he thinks that going up and fighting Islam, he has zero to lose, which is weird. Yeah, and then this is also him proposing the fight to happen, but saying it should be at a catch weight, which is interesting, because at first he's saying 170 and then he's saying catch weight, so you don't really know his. If you could obviously tell that Ilia knows he loses at 170. Is what I get from this.
Ilia Topuria.
Yo, mira, pues tengo a la categoría.
We already seen this.
Pero bueno, vamos a ver, a lo mejor hago un combate y después en verano hay alguna fecha en la que
Even the concept of Ilia having one more fight than going up to welterweight, it's a little bit weird to me. Like I see what he means, I suppose, but it's a little bit weird to
Sí
me.
que me dejen subir de categoría y pueda pelear por el tercer cinturón, o se cree un nuevo cinturón llamado el Pound for Pound en un peso pactado en donde nos encontramos los dos y peleamos por ese cinturón de libra por libra. Así que
That's an interesting option. I should never thought of that. But yeah, he says maybe we go like 160 something, call it the pound for pound belt, and we fight each other, which would be cool, you know. But of course, it's just him trying to like find ways to like even the playing field, because he deep down, like I said, you can tell Ilia's a smart guy. He's confident, but he's smart. He knows deep down going to 170, he's probably going to lose to Islam. You know, and I feel like he understands fighting Arman at 155. He's probably going to lose to Arman. So he tries his best to like help himself out in situations, which I respect, but I also don't respect, because I feel like his cocky attitude only shows up sometimes. And this is the most recent tweet from Arman Sarukian. This actually happened recently. He said, Ilia's fall off is wild, from El Matador to El Pato, which means El Matador to El Duck, and now all the way to El Patitico. I think that's how you say it. I know that's pathetic in Spanish. And then El Pancha, which is it's a feminine whatever, but I don't know what that means. So, but let's be real, guys. If you just think about it, man, I think it's obvious that Ilia Topuria doesn't want to fight, and I feel it's obvious that Arman wants to fight. And if I'm Ilia Topuria, I do the same thing, but doesn't mean I have to respect you for being a duck. It's like, just because ducking's the smartest thing for you doesn't mean you have to do it. Nonetheless, I actually want to watch this interview. This is a Daniel Cormier interview, so let's look into this interview with Daniel Cormier and Arman. God, Lord, my.
Here's the problem, Arman. You're fighting this dude, right? When you really don't have much to gain. All you have to gain is what you already have.
He's talking about his number one contender spot, by the way, because he didn't have to fight Dan Hooker because he already was number one contender, but he still fought Dan Hooker. And not only fought him in like, oh, went to decision or had to split, he fought him and nearly killed him.
The number one contender. You were the number one contender back in January. So why did you take this fight?
I just prove it again. I just prove it again.
I know.
Me to prove. I just prove it again, and I showed again everybody like I'm a real deal. It's not just I'm ranked number one. Just I'm not fake like Paddy Pimlet making rank by themselves, and UFC tell her bring him up because we want to give him title fight, or I don't know what they want to do with him.
Yo, I didn't even bring that up in this video. Thank God Arman's humbling me. Arman's letting me know, yo, Kenny, it's not even just that I'm number one contender, Kenny. He's saying that they're literally promoting Paddy for no reason. Paddy was what? He beat Chandler, then he went from number 12, number 8 to number like 6, and then 5, and then they just keep moving Paddy up the rankings without trying to hope no one notices. I hope no one notices. Let me sneak Paddy up this way. Every time a new pound for pound rankings updates every Tuesday, guys, I'm telling you, Paddy slowly works his way up because the UFC is trying to do that. They're trying to, and they're usually doing it the opposite to Usman. Like they saw Usman's Islam wants to fight Usman, and they're moving him down and down. And now he's number 8 ranked. UFC's a really like they're so weird with the way they try to force matchmaking upon us. Even when we know what's up and we would know what should happen, they try to like make excuses just to push some power train to make whatever they want happen. If you want Ilia Paddy to happen, let Arman beat Ilia and then let Ilia Paddy fight for the next shot. That's what you should do. Stop trying to make or force something down our throat. Pause. Hey, yo, man. Hey, yo, man. Like, we don't want to see that shit, baby. We don't want to see that shit, boy. We don't want to see that. Stop trying to force it down our throat, bro. I'm not jacking that.
I was beating everybody, and I was deserved every spot. You know, I was top 15, top 12, top 10, top 9, top 5, top 3, top 1, and now I'm top 1, and I beat it again and prove it again. I'm number one contender, and now they have no choice not to give me title fight.
So
it's my opinion.
When you fought in,
they have a choice. He's right. They have no choice on paper, but trust me, the UFC's weird, man. They're weird.
January, when we were supposed to fight in January, it didn't happen. It felt like there was going to be a punishment, and then you go and you make the weight as the backup fighter for the title fight. I was thinking to myself, okay, that should give him good favor. Now you might see Arman fight for the belt, but then you take the Dan Hooker fight when you don't have to take the Dan Hooker fight because once again, you're the number one contender. You take it. You dominate him. You win the fight. Paddy Pimblett, though, when he went into that octagon, Arman, playing the devil's advocate, there's a visual, right, of him standing in front of Ilia Topuria with the belt. It's hard for the fan to, like, not remember seeing that, and they go, well, the guy that was in there is the number one contender. How do you make them, outside of you just dominating, realize you're the number one contender? And why didn't Ilia go in the ring with you on Saturday? Because if Ilia goes in the ring and you two
Why would he? Why would he? Why would he? Why the fuck would he, guys? Ilya's smart. Like, he knows, let me face up with Paddy because I know I could knock him out in 2 rounds. With Arman, he's like, I'm literally going to run out the octagon after this guy wins. Like, after he wins, I'm out. Which is weird that he had that he had that ready because he kind of probably knew. I'm thinking he's pretty much surprised how easy Arman made it look. Maybe not though, because Arman. Okay, I knew Arman was gonna school Hooker, guys, but Arman beat Hooker everywhere, striking, wrestling, his ground and pound before this finish was so like I love that style of fight, like Habib as dominance and just entertainment throughout. Destroyed Hooker, man, and Patty was like, not Patty, Ilia was like, all right, I'm out. It's just smart. It's smart for Ilia not to do it, but it's like it's showing how scared he really is, eh?
stand, now people forget about Paddy Pimblett. Why didn't he go in there?
Because he doesn't want to fight me. He's scared of me, and he knows why I should take dangerous fight with Arman. He's a real contender. It's easier to beat Paddy Pimblett, make easy fight, and go move up. And Arman can be a champion in 155, and I'm going up and fight with the third title. It's the best case scenario for him, and.
Why is he breaking this down better than me? You try to take my job, guys. He's actually breaking this down really good. Everything he's saying is what Ilia wants to do. Like, you're right. Like, let me fight Paddy. Then I'm gonna go up in the welterweight maybe and try to dare to be great. And then after maybe Paddy Arman fight for interim belt. He's so smart. But even the whole situation that Ilia needs like one fight to go up before he could go up. No, Islam needs to defend against Morales, Usman, Shavkat. Islam got names. If Islam wants to even stick around, he has names. So, Ilia, you're not going to have one title defense and move up. I let you do in featherweight, because who'd you beat? You beat Max Holloway and Volkanovski. That's why I'm like, okay, maybe a little bit take and leave. Because you won the bet over Volk in pretty impressive fashion. Then you knocked out the number one contender, Max Holloway. After seeing that, I don't need to see nothing. But if you're going to be Paddy Pimblett, then avoid the number one contender just to move up. That's when I'm not going to okay that. I'm not going to push that narrative and let that narrative slide. That's where I have the disconnect between me and you. I hope you understand this. No libre. I do not know what no libre means, brother. Please don't quote me on that.
He's thinking for easy fights, making good money.
Were you disappointed though? Like, did you think that he might go into the ring with you and,
of course,
and try to get that moment?
Of course.
Because the moment is really what it's all about, right? Me and Brock Lesnar one time, you remember me and Brock Lesnar, we fight in the octagon? They were going to let me fight Brock Lesnar because he came in the octagon. Were you hopeful that he could possibly like go in there and try to build the fight?
His ego's gonna probably say no, but damn now he knows yes.
I thought he has he had the balls and he was there and watching my fight, but he left. And he didn't want to even be there, and he didn't get in the cage. So,
but even the camera, even if like when you're in there, if they pan the camera to him, it's
no, he just turned his face and doesn't want to even watch straight to me,
This is like the most impressive ducking ever. Like, I think in Ilia's head, he's like, it can't be ducking if I pretend he's not there. It's not ducking if I don't know he's there, guys. Who's Arman? If I don't know him, then it's not ducking. I know Paddy, so it's not ducking. Wait, Arman fought? I wasn't there. It's not like I was in the attendance. It wasn't like I was in the arena. Not like my brother was also on the same card that he was main eventing for. I didn't know. Who's Arman? Like, I think Ilia in his head, he's like, if I pretend he doesn't exist, then he doesn't exist, brother. But unfortunately, fans, we little bit have eyeballs, so we little bit see things. I'm sorry, no libre.
You think this guy?
No libre. No libre. What is the translation? I need to know this.
No, he just avoiding me, not doing anything from the media, me versus him, because he wants to create something with Petty. He doesn't want to even mention my name, and he just created like some crazy things, like he's slapping me, and like everybody's laughing.
He said he slapped Arman. He said he slapped you, Arman. He said he slapped you.
God.
Hey, if a man slap you, you can't really say much about him if he slap you, Arman.
Oh my god! If he slapped me, he slapped his brother, his friends, his teammate, his coach. He slapped everybody every day. He's like, yeah, everybody.
Dude, Armin's gonna be a loose cannon, you know. Like you cannot let Armin next to Ilia anymore. I feel like Armin's gonna lose his shit because this guy Ilia just lying. Ilia fucking watch the headbutt, you know. Watch the headbutt.
Hey, I was like, yo, when I
Did you
saw
see
that,
that he's hugging his brother like this, like on the neck, like me, and like one coach like said, "Oh my God, you slapping your brother as well."
wait. The coach said this to him?
No, no,
No.
no. My the one Armenian coach posted and said, "Oh,
Oh
you're
yeah.
slapping your brother as well."
But he didn't it didn't look like he slapped you. It looked like he kind of touched you on the face.
No, he just came say, "Oh, brother, how are you?"
Wait, he said hi to
This
you.
that. No, he said, "Brother, how are you? This is just media thing. This that." And
Yeah, baby, yeah.
and then he said, "Yeah, UFC told me you're next." I said, "Yes, finally." And now after when after that he beat Oliveira and he just hiding.
Wait, so this wasn't last week when he touched your face. This was before?
It was before a fight week with Oliveira.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't even know that, you know. Oh, that just makes Ilya look even dumber, you know. That makes Ilya look even dumber. Like if Ilya didn't have to look, he like pulls up a video from past tense where he just hugs him and says he's next, and he pulls it up like it happened. He's like, I just saw you recently, and you. What is tweet? Didn't Ilya's tweet say it's just like, oh, you think you're all tough, but when you see me, you just so respectful, brother. He didn't even see you this week apparently. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Topuria's just. I feel like the more I hear about him, like he's losing. I don't want to not like him because he's such a cool. Like I like his cockiness, and I feel like his cockiness mixes good with his fight style. So I'm gonna let him slide. But I feel like I'm giving him a lot of slides, But it's just fight. Stop being a bitch.
Wow.
When he
I
was
thought that
fighting with Oliveira, I was
yeah.
backup.
Yeah. You're like, yo, this is crazy. This guy did not slap me. So funny. But
No,
this is what we want, though. This is what the fans want. The fans want
yeah,
like a
maybe
fight
that's
that has
good.
stuff
That's
to it.
good. Yeah, he can say whatever he wants to say.
Yeah.
I don't know. I cannot be like that.
So is it disappointing though that you haven't? I mean, have you been told that you're
Mm,
next? Have you been told that you're
Probably
next?
not. Probably not.
I haven't been talk. I didn't talk to them yet.
You walked right to the side where Hunter was saying, and you did the belt sign. You're like, yo, I'm
Yeah, I
next.
said Bell.
Even that, I saw that. I was watching that live. Like when he was doing like that belt thing, I'm like Hunter was like I look at you saying like we'll talk, like trying to calm Armin down. I swear to God, I remember that. Like he was just trying to like he wasn't like it wasn't giving like yeah man you definitely not. It was more like we'll talk. You can see the UFC has a plan, you know, a shitty plan, brother, ugly plan, chubby plan, brother, for big ugly no hairline people.
He said we will think, or I don't know what he said.
Yes, told you. I knew I wasn't hallucinating that. Like he was like, yeah, we'll talk or something. We'll think. Weirdos, you know, what is the UFC coming to? You know, what is the UFC coming to?
Yeah,
What is the UFC coming to?
probably.
What,
He said, yeah, we'll think about that.
Like
but
what?
what do you
I
have to do?
guess
Like, what do you have
I
to
don't know.
do?
Maybe beat a couple more contenders, or maybe they're gonna bring someone from Japan, some debut guy, and I gotta beat him like Pantoja did, and I don't know.
What is this? No,
Would
this
you
is
fight
no. This is actually blowing my mind. I can't believe these. I can't believe the UFC as a company.
again? Would you fight again before you get in the title fight?
No way.
No, you shouldn't
How?
have
How
to.
the hell would you?
If it's not Conor McGregor, I wouldn't fight.
You want to fight Conor McGregor, man? He said he just
I
came
mean,
back.
it's a,
Did you see Conor McGregor say
nah.
he went on a spiritual journey? He said he went on a
He
spiritual
never,
journey.
he never fight me, and the UFC never let me fight Conor McGregor. It's a nightmare for him.
He went on a
Oh
spirit,
my!
but he said he goes
It's
on a
it's the
spiritual
same.
journey.
It's the same thing. Like Ilia gonna fight with Paddy Pimblett. Like people is laughing.
So you don't think that Patty Pimblett has anything for Ilia Topuria?
Bro, literally nothing though. Like, chat. I feel like this is like an unspoken thing that I feel like everyone's starting to understand that like. I think everyone knows Patty just walks in with his chin in the air and he just relies on his chin and he's like, you know, because he's Hausa. But I feel like everyone understands that like a chin's not going to save you against Ilia Topuria. We're just watching him butcher Max Holloway. The only difference in this fight is that Max Holloway actually had good output to throw back. Ilia, like Paddy Pimblett versus Ilia, I feel like it should be. I don't think it should be legal. I feel like some fights should be illegal. Like you shouldn't legally allow somebody like Paddy Pimblett's skill set to go in there with Ilia Topuria, or it's going to end in the worst way possible, and then someone maybe might be in bad critical condition. That sounds crazy, but like someone could really get hurt, so don't do that. You know, I wouldn't let 7-year-old hop in the ring with 40-year-old to fist fight. You know, I don't think I like this. Even if they're untrained, brother, you just know what's gonna happen with this. You know, so I feel like everyone understands that. There's not a human being on earth who's not a troll and ugly who thinks that would happen.
No way.
You don't think so?
At all.
Why?
Bro,
Did you
look
see
at
what
him
he did
fight.
to Michael Chandler?
Oh shit, Michael Chandler, you know, Michael Chandler, you know. Nah, nobody beats Michael Chandler. He has a point. Let's let Arman talk.
Destroyed Michael Chandler.
Okay, how many people destroyed Michael Chandler?
But Arman.
He's 40 years old. He has 6 losses or 2 wins in UFC, and he had like 4
Look at him.
loses win streak. He
Arman, yeah. 4 loses win streak. Yeah, baby, that's what we talk. We talk about loses win streak, brother. 4 lost win streak, brother. Brother, how you have a lost win streak? I like him, you know. Arman is articulate, man. He's articulate, you know.
he
Four. I'm taking that one. 4 losses win streak. We're taking it, Arman. We're taking it.
he's nobody. He just UFC tried to make him like Artur Gatti or who wanted they do him like a superstar or I don't know. But yeah, he showed good fights, but he's not an elite fighter.
Lost to Jared Gordon.
There is a levels, you know, when you see, and Perry
He's right.
cannot beat even Oliveira, cannot beat even Hooker. He
Really?
cannot beat. He cannot beat
Yes.
Poirier. He cannot beat Gagey. He cannot beat Holloway. He cannot beat me. If he's gonna beat even Gagey, I'm gonna say, yeah, this guy is good.
So you don't think Patty's very
Even-
good?
No, he sucked.
What do you
You
mean?
think he's good? You think he is good? If you say you're good, I'm gonna turn off this.
Arman.
This
Arman.
Go.
Arman, yeah.
He's a good grappler. He's a very good grappler. He's very big for the weight class. Remember,
Who
can I finish? Can I finish? Did you
Yeah.
see when he fight King Green? He hit King Green,
Oh
drop him,
my
and choke him
God.
out.
King
Who
Green.
is King Green?
Bobby King Green. Bobby King Green. He changed his name.
That's so real from Arman though. Bro? Call him Bobby Green, man. Calling a grown man King is kind of crazy.
Now only King Green, not Bobby Green.
Who? Bobby Green and MMA is different. Grappling and Bobby Green is. Where's Bobby Green? Where's grappling, brother? What are you talking about?
No, listen to me. You know who he is, right? You know who Bobby Green is?
Bobby Green, yeah, I know.
He's good, striker.
Bro, my brother, he never trained MMA. I swear, if they're gonna be on the street fight, my brother will kill him so easy.
Oh, you guys have a problem, right? You and Bobby Green in
No,
Texas.
we have no problem.
I remember that. You know, they actually did beef. I remember that. They
You-
like Arman smacked him.
Slap him. You
Yeah,
slap
I'm just saying. No, I didn't slap him. I just pushed him. It's a different. If you slap somebody, it's a different. I just push him to the neck. I'm not bullshit like Ilia Topuria. Even if I push, I say I push.
Man, Arman's climbing my glazed hairless, man. He climbing the glazed hairless. I'm liking Arman, you know I am.
To be honest,
Tell me.
Bobby Green is a not high level fighter.
Of course.
Send him to Dagestan 2-3 years.
So Patty Pimblett,
Yeah, he's a cliff armor, man. He's
It
cliff
just
armor.
feels like that moment was missed last weekend for you guys to kind of come face to face and make it happen. Because at the end of the day, you might not think much of Patty, but Ilia is good. He's very, very good.
course.
Hits hard. He comes from a grappling wrestling background, is what he said. right? That's like his background more than even striking. What would your approach be to him? I mean, I know you use the wrestling as beautifully as anybody in the game, but when you fight a guy who has that danger, right, in the hands like Topuria, how do you approach that? How would you beat Ilia Topuria? Nobody has.
Take him down. Take him down. I'd say that right now.
I'll beat him everywhere.
He will,
Just
you
tell me
know.
how you want to see that fight, and I'll make it happen.
I think
I'll knock him out with my abs kick.
oh yeah, I like that. I like when you do the axe kick, Arman. You got very athletic.
Yeah, I'll make him tired, and I'll throw my abs kick and knock him out. That's my plan.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Listen, man. I'm not gonna lie, guys. The more I hear about, like, when I hear Arman speak nowadays, I feel like he's so likable, man. He's growing on me, man. And Ilia, I think Ilia's I think it's like this. Cause I do like it. I would say I like Ilia a little bit more, or before. Okay, well, if you asked me asked me a week ago who I like more, Ilia or Arman. I feel like most of the time I'll say Ilia. But like it's going like this now because I feel like Arman actually showing that he wants to be a contender, wants to go in their fight. Whereas I feel like Ilia is showing that when he thinks something's challenging, he's gonna do anything in his like anything possible to avoid the fight. And I don't know if I could back that as a fighter. Like I don't really like fighters like that. Fighters who duck they really annoy me. I can't lie. They piss me off. I don't know what it is about them. It's almost like I feel like if you're a champion, there's a responsibility that comes with you have to fight the number one contender or the best. And if you're gonna avoid the best to get favorable matchups, that's when I start to not like you guys. But let me know what you guys think about this whole situation down below. You know, Ilia being a duck and Arman being a real man, brother. That's it for me. And God bless. 2, 3, 4.